In this edition of Twin Real Game Reviews, we'll be taking a look at Dual Core by Greyfin Studios. Now, Dual Core is a twin-stick action arcade game where you're a robot who's been reactivated, only to find out that the space station he's at has been under attack. And so it's up to you to find out why you've been reactivated and what you need to do to survive. So the game does have multiple game modes, such as the story mode, the arcade mode, and the versus mode, each supporting 1 to 4 player co-op play. Now, the story mode does have multiple difficulties, each getting more difficult, obviously, from normal, hard, and expert mode. The enemies and the respawn speed of the enemies do get adjusted as well in the modes, dependent on the amount of players playing in the game. Now, the arcade stages do have a finite amount of stages, but they do loop over and over again until you finally die and get your high score. The game does have some really nice art. I do like the art style, the graphics in the game. The animations are pretty cool as well, like the movement and the bullets and everything. Really well done. There's not really any slowdown for normal gameplay from what I've seen. The backgrounds are beautiful as well, like the planets, the rain effects. I really enjoyed the music, the variety of sound effects in the game. Even the pushback effect from your weapon fire when you're standing there, when you shoot and you get kicked back a little bit, it's pretty cool, the recoil. Some of the bad things though in the game are, negative points for the review, is the movement for the character. It's not a stop on the dime type of movement, and so when you're trying to stop, there is a split moment there where it's slowing down, or when you're trying to turn, it's not a straight turn. He does have a curve feature to him, and so it does take a little bit of getting used to. It's not a big deal, but just something. I noticed as well that the bullets go at different speeds when you're shooting at them, depending on how you're moving. If you're moving towards the enemy, your bullets seem to shoot faster across the screen, versus if you're, say, backing away from the enemy, then your bullets will move slower across the screen. Not sure if that was intentional or not. There is a rare bug in the game as well, if you've been watching my live streams, that the rare bug basically makes your inventory vanish on you. So even though it's still recorded in the game as being there, you don't actually have access to it, forcing you to having to quit the game or quit the level and then reload back into the level again, which really sucks. But again, very rare. I've only ran into it the one time. Another issue is in your inventory list in the upper left of the screen. You can have a certain item selected, say your health, and then a few minutes later, for whatever reason, the graphic will change to something else in the inventory list. But when you go to actually use the item, the correct one is still selected, and so I'm not sure why it does that, but again, it's a small little annoyance. But all in all, really enjoyed the game. Had a lot of fun going through story mode, playing the arcade mode, and the versus mode is actually pretty cool because it's almost like a Bomberman type of mode the way it's set up. And all in all, I'd give this game a 7.5 out of 10, and that's it for this review.